Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another daily video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Nintendo again. I know it's been a while, so let's dive in. It's about game keycards. If you don't know what game keycards are, their next Pokemon game is going to be on a game keycard, even though Nintendo promised that first-party titles are never going to be on them. So, a game key card is basically the bastard child of regular, real, physical media and digital media. And the problem there is, it's a plastic cartridge, and it's in the word, it's in the name. There is just a key on it. This key gives you the permission to download the game on their digital store. Yeah, that's it. It's it has nothing. It's a nothing burger basically. This is incredibly stupid because their pretext is, oh, but you still have the physical thing. But no, you don't. There is no data on the cartridge. The cartridge is just something to feel good, something to put on your shelf. But the problem here is, let's just say you're on the way, you're on a road trip, and you think to yourself, yeah, well, I really want to play Pokopia for whatever reason. And then you go in a store, you buy it, go back to your car and think, okay, I still have about an hour before I'm on the way again. Let's just play a little bit. I still need a little bit of rest after 12 hours of driving or whatever. And then you can't play it because you have to download it. So you need something, I don't know, a Starbucks or a McDonald's or whatever with Wi-Fi. So just that you can play the game you have paid money for. This is incredibly stupid. And of course there was backlash. It is not a controversy, it is just as plain, it's stupid. And now we have this article by IGN written by Tom Phillips. You will find it in the description box down below. Switch 2 Dev says Nintendo has cheaper cartridges coming as alternative to game keycards. Then backtracks. But either way, its title will now be a proper physical release, reverting to R-Type. Okay, so then again, Nintendo broke their promise. It's going to be on a game key card, which is incredibly stupid. And by the way, all these excuses of games are too big to be on a game, on a regular cartridge, that's bullshit because Cyberpunk is on a cartridge and these cartridges have 64 gigs of space. It's just as simple as that. And even if you have a game that is 10 gigs or 15 gigs, there is space on the cartridge. So fans expect Nintendo to soon make cheaper Switch 2 cartridges available to game publishers as a fresh alternative to game keycards. Though one developer has said it expects its game to still cost around $10 more as it shifts to a proper game card. In a statement to R-Type, Dimensions 3 publisher Inen Games initially said it would take advantage of two new Switch 2 cartridge size options that Nintendo will offer to developers currently stuck choosing between an expensive 64GB card or the cheap game keycard release. I think it was 15 euros or so in difference. So for indie devs, this is absolutely horrendous. It just is. If your game is something that you can sell for 10 euros or your regional equivalent on Steam, you can never put it on a physical medium on Switch, which, by the way, is still the console that has the most physical sales ever. Inen Games has now reworded that same statement to clarify that Nintendo itself has not made any announcement concerning cartridge storage capacities, and in a further post on social media said that any references it would previously made should not be interpreted as official information from Nintendo, which is absolutely fair. That corporate snafu aside, In Games is still now launching R-Type Dimensions 3 as a physical release, where previously it was not, due to what its hastily edited announcement now bluntly describes as it being able to recalculate the production in a way that wasn't possible before, such as with a smaller cartridge size, hypothetically. Which, I don't know what game this is, we have to look it up in a moment. But, again, for indie devs, the big chungus here is, I don't know what Nintendo thought to themselves. We know that the current CEO has nothing to do with games. He has a history of banking, and it shows. He took over in 2015, I think it was, when the late CEO sadly passed away. And you can also see that this was the time when Nintendo got really aggressive with their we have to protect everything we own, basically. And all the oh yeah, YouTubers are not allowed to show our games. No, everyone has to play our games. Yeah, all that bullshit, which they also had to go back from. Game keycards, mostly blank cartridges that simply prompt users to download the game's contents, there it is, have proven unpopular among Switch 2 fans. And they haven't sold basically anything that is on a game keycard. Though some developers have defended their use because they're cheaper, saying they are necessary for games that otherwise would not fit on a 64 gig cartridge and a cheaper option for both publishers and players alike. Then again, there aren't that many games on Switch that are above 64 gigs. There is no Call of Duty, I think, on the Switch. Is there? I don't know. Whatever is going to happen with... You know what? We already looked at Assassin's Creed Shadows Switch 2. Is that on a game keycard? It is on a game keycard. Switch 2 size. How big is it? It would have fit. There it is. Why is it on a keycard and not on a regular cartridge, Ubisoft? Please tell me why. What is the decision behind that one? I don't know, Ubisoft. But yeah, moving on. As if to demonstrate that, In Games has said it will switch its physical production run for R-Type Dimensions 3 to cartridges rather than game keycards, which is a good thing. Though at a higher price point, that's 10 euros, just over $11 more expensive, still that's cheaper than the at least 15 euros higher price In Games previously said it would have cost players had it issued the standard 64 gig Switch 2 cards. Not that other smaller cartridge sizes are confirmed for now, of course, which they probably did an oopsie. And I mean, that can happen. I don't blame them for it. It's probably going to happen because Nintendo is not doing well right now. Would you pay $10 more for a full Switch 2? I wouldn't pay anything for a Switch 2 game. So what is this game? What is R-Type Dimensions 3? What is this? Okay, something with aliens. Oh, so that's something like Ikaruga? Oh, I know this one. Okay, okay. Yeah, this was a fun game. I mean, the first two. Oh, damn. Nice. Also, this looks really good, depending on the price. But yeah, I don't have a Switch 2. Oh, it's also coming to Steam. I'm going to buy the regular version. Maybe, depending on the price. But yeah, why should you play something on your Switch if you can play it? Play something like Pal Farm. Why should I play something like Pokopia that looks really bad? With animations, with textures, with everything. It just looks bad. It just looks like Pokemon Legends ZA, or however you want to pronounce it. when I can play Pal Farm, when I can play Stardew Valley? By the way, just because it has a Pokemon skin? Get the fuck out. What's... No! I'm not going to pay for a game that looks bad. And again, Pal Farm looks just better. So the other thing here is, I love my Steam Deck. I have the OLED version and I'm incredibly happy with it. But now the LCD version is gone. We have this here. We are no longer producing the Steam Deck LCD model. Once sold out, it will no longer be available. The thing here is, it might be coming back if they find something in storage spaces somewhere where we still have the refurbished thing, where certified refurbished, here it is. Maybe they have something there. No. Oh, there is also a really small version of the Steam Deck. No, I wouldn't buy that one. Even though the SD cards are really cheap, so that might be something. But yeah, maybe something will come back to refurbished. And yeah, the thing here is, I haven't used my Switch 1 since the announcement of the Switch 2. I've immediately bought a Steam Deck and I'm incredibly happy with it. I know I said it again and again, but just a couple of days ago when I was at the car workshop and I was waiting for the mechanic to repair the suspension on my car, which they broke. And yeah, I was there for 2 hours. I played Monster Hunter Stories for 2 hours at the car workshop. Because it's just beautiful. It runs well. It comes with a carrying case. I can gush all over the Steam Deck. And yes, it's all digital. I know. I'm fully aware of that. But then again, I can go to desktop mode. I can go on YouTube. I can go and watch animes on Crunchyroll. Whenever Sony messes up in the future with their PlayStation 6 and their patented AI censorship bullshit, I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 6. It's just as simple as that. And whenever my PS5 breaks down, I will be sad that I cannot play Bloodborne anymore, but I'm not going to cry because I still can watch something on Amazon. I can still watch something on Crunchyroll on my TV because I have a docking station. I have a PC on my TV. And whenever the Steam machine comes out, it's going to be easier. Why do I need a Nintendo? Oh, by the way, sorry. I forgot to show you something. Because Nintendo, even though the Switch 2 sold really well, there is no argument behind that. However, they did worse than the Switch 1 back in the day, in the same time frame. Just think about that. The combined sales numbers from Switch 1 and Switch 2 in November were less than those of the Switch 1 on initial release. Because people are fed up. The Switch 2 is way too expensive. They can brick it. That's still a thing. Please remember that. They can brick your console whenever they want. And then you can find it on the internet, basically. And the second-hand market is really scary for the Switch 2. There are so many issues with the Switch 2. Not only the game pricing, don't forget, please, Pokemon Legends ZA is a 100+ euro game because you need the base game, you need the day one DLC, which is another 30 euros. The base game for the Switch 2 is 70 euros, but you can buy it on Amazon for cheaper now. But then you still need the Nintendo Switch Online service, which is basically an infinite money glitch because why are we supposed to pay for something like that? Well, I'm not paying it because I don't have a Switch 2. I will never buy a Switch 2. And yeah, let's just look at this. This is the last 6 months. You can see there was where are we here? June, in May. Oh, here is the hype for the Switch 2. And then, oh, the price. Ooh, it went down. But then they started selling it. It went up. It went up. Here, 82.20 was good. 85 euros basically was their high point in August. But now they're even less worth than a year ago. A year ago, they were at, okay, they're 2 cents less worth than a year ago. But still, people are fed up. The games are too expensive. Why do they want us to pay 90 euros for Kirby? Not Kirby Air Riders, which is also expensive, but it's a fun game apparently. It looks like a lot of fun. But Kirby is a 90 euro game. Or was it 8? No, sorry, 80. But the base game is 60, the DLC is 20. Donkey Kong is a 90 euro game. Because, of course, 70 euro for the regular game, 20 euro for the DLC. Again, because reasons. But yeah, let's just end it right here. Nintendo is cooked. I don't know what they're doing. And yeah, there is so much to talk about. But we're not going to do that today. Today, a friend comes over and we're going to take apart my 3D printer. Because Bamboo Lab finally sent me a replacement part after 7 months, by the way, of writing back and forth. I'm still angry about that one. Yeah, we can talk about that maybe later in the stream. Yesterday I had a migraine. I'm really sorry about that one. But I was not able to see something out of my right eye. And yeah, depending on how long it's going to take today, maybe Resident Evil stream, but the next couple of days we're going to do a lot more Resident Evil and something else. Let's just see. But yeah, I'm rambling for far too long. I'm sorry. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I'm keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the things that make the dings. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more video game news every day. And by that I of course mean like and subscribe, and if you want you can share this video with your friends. And please turn off YouTube's restricted mode. Otherwise, have a great day my friend, stay fantastic, stay hydrated, and I will see you maybe later in the stream or tomorrow with the next video. Bye, bye, bye.